we're back, and I'm very happy to welcome.
Thank you.
I would like to call you my friend, Mayor Mike Poirier, Mayor of the City of Wenatchee. So.
Well, I wish I had a joke, because if I had one, it would have been better than yours.
Come on, I don't set the bar that high, buddy. You know?
Oh.
But hey, it's nice to have you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we were here, about 6 months ago, I think, or so.
And you were. I mean, shortly after you got elected, we had you down.
Yep.
So.
It's been definitely a transition, and you never know what the position is until you sit there, and then that's when you realize what's everything you're doing. But it's interesting. I had a couple little things I knew we were going to talk about, but
sure.
One of the things is the budget. So we're going through financial budget right now, and it's great to see our sales tax is down 5%, but our building permits.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Yeah, sorry.
Sales tax income is down 5%.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not telling me the sales tax I pay is down 5%.
Well, let's see. What do you buy? What have you buy?
Not much. Outside of groceries and a little bit of entertainment now and then.
You know what's interesting? You know, like Amazon and stuff. People, we get the tax, for Amazon because it's delivered here.
Sure.
When it first started, it wasn't that way, so that actually helped us out.
Oh, good.
So that's a good, and we are a hub for the community with some car dealerships here and stuff. So that's a big thing. Home Depot, Lowe's, those type of things,
right.
which is good. But our sales, it's just like the whole country. But the whole country's down by quite a bit. But when I say we're down 5%, but we're higher in building permits right now, which makes it offset, which is really nice.
Okay.
But I can tell you I can tell you the first one to know today is we're going through budgets, and the result is our general budget's about $36 million, and we're going to be right on target at the end of the year. That just tells you how efficient we are and how well we're doing.
Good. Next
year, so we believe it's going to be a similar year.
Yeah.
And that means it means the sales tax is coming around, but then result is we're doing a great job and great projects. But.
Well, I hope with the budget that we don't have so much snow, which screws up the budget because you have to clear the streets, because I'm very much in favor of no snow. Snow in the mountains, not down here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's in the last couple of years, when we do have a heavy snow and stuff, we have to send it out for contractors to get the snow out, and that ended up, it does affect your budget.
Yeah.
It really does.
Of course.
And you have to make a decision like, okay, we got to spend this $150,000 for a contract to get the budget out for the people. But yeah, it does. So I know it sounds weird. I want enough snow for the top of the mountain so we have water in the spring. Yeah. But you're right. I don't want the snow here either.
Okay, so you were a council person for how long before you became?
I was a council person. Yeah, council person. City council they're the legislative body, right? So they actually have the power when you bring a code change or changes different. But council person for 4 years, and then I was off for a couple years, and then on for 2 years, and then that's when I became. Then after that became a year. My position now. A new council person has it for 2 more years, and then that person would have to go for re-election.
Well, what made you want to get into city government in the first place? Because I've been to council meetings, and I sit there and...
Are you bored?
Yes.
I'm sure I said this the first time, but it's what, I have 3 daughters, they're growing up. They have their own lives, and to me, I've always been involved with giving back to the community. So to me, I even today, every day, I wake up and say, it's not about me. This is a servant job. It's about our community.
Good.
And that, to me, is what it's coming down to. Yeah. I can publicly say this. They can look it up, I'm sure, because every dollar you spend, you got to show where money is. Sure. My personal money that I receive as the mayor, my wife I made a commitment to give it all back every year.
Wow.
So I'm not making a dime, so I'm not doing it for money. That was a key decision for me not to do it for money.
There's nothing wrong with taking your pay, but when people do that, I say this is a clear indication of their integrity and intent. Okay, so even if people don't agree with you, they can't disagree with that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, and so we're giving back to some nonprofits, organizations. mostly in the city of Wenatchee, but some are regional that we're doing, and we have a calculation. And to be fair, I've given away more than probably 2 years' salary so far this year.
Okay,
so
good
my wife,
I
came home, I sent a little email to my wife, say, hey, can you send $10,000 over here? And my wife says, can we watch our budget?
Oh, no, but it's the other way around in my house, you know. Yeah, I really admire that because I would never do it.
Yeah. No, but that was important. That was really important to me to realize it was the right timing for me. I've been fortunate with my prior business to be able to do that. So that was a commitment I wanted to do.
Oh, well,
so,
cool.
And it doesn't mean you shouldn't get made. To be honest with you, the pay. Again, public record. I think it's about $85,000 a year. I don't know exactly the number, but truthfully, this job should pay $200,000 or $300,000. It's as many hours I put in, and the time you get, and you get stopped everywhere for explanations, which is fine. But that's part of the deal when you take on this responsibility.
So what has been a challenge? Or let me put it this way: what have you not expected? Okay, I mean, there must be something that you say, wait a minute,
I did not expect, might as well get into it, and I know on your Facebook, somebody actually sent me a couple things regarding homeless. I did not expect how complicated it is for the homeless situation, and it's not, we've always had homeless.
Sure,
there's always been homeless. Well, we can take Locomotive Park, for example, the little choo-choo train, which really could be a really cool thing for kids.
It's a beautiful park.
If we can get things figured out. But see, part of that park is owned by the Washington State Department of Transportation.
Oh,
so the back, so then do I have legal right to be able to enforce people that are blocking? It doesn't matter if you're homeless or not. I believe in fairness. If you're blocking a sidewalk, then the sidewalk shouldn't be blocked. Well, that shouldn't happen. So we're working. Washington State Department of Transportation is a great partner with us.
Okay.
They're giving us money to start looking at what we can do. But it's not like I can just say do this today. Right? There's also I have to protect our money from lawsuits. You know, you can't just do things just to do it, or there'll be consequences. So you need to take responsibility and use that in your judgment call.
The Supreme Court decision that said cities can do something about, I mean, how is that working for you?
Yeah, I believe you're talking about the June one that got the grants passed one. I think that happened in June.
I think so.
Before that, you had to show low barrier housing, which we have with the mission. And right now, you still have to have a code that passes a code through your legislators that say, okay, fine, this is what we'll enforce. But the issue is it the right thing to put? I can go a million directions. Is it the right thing to just put everybody in jail? Well, number one is the jail because it's old, because our officers don't even know if the jail refuses to accept people.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? So I have to figure out which ones are the most severe crimes, right? Yeah. Our officers are out there, and they know it might be 50% of the time when they call the jail, they say, oh, sorry, we're full. Yeah, and then you can call half an hour or 2 hours later. They go, oh yeah, we can take somebody. Yeah. And that's not just happening with the city of Wenatchee. That's happening with everybody.
Sure.
So that's a frustrating one piece of it. So you can't just go in and throw everybody in jail. And it's not the right thing. People need help. I do believe, we have the parents. When you grow up and when you're a little boy, and mommy and daddy told you to say, hey, look, make your bed. And then you say, I'm not making the bed. And then when it came to dinner for that little cookie, mommy and daddy might say, sorry, you don't get that cookie.
It never went that far in my house.
So you had a little...
If my mother had said to me, you make your bed, and I said, no, I'm not making... First of all, I never would have said it. But had I, she would have went to the basement door, gotten the belt, and said, guess what? Not only are you going to make your bed, You're going to be in pain when you do it.
Well, now you can't do that.
Yeah, I guess not.
So there was accountability.
Yes.
That's exactly.
Big time.
So
I hear you talking.
I love it because there's accountability. Because now our community, we have the responsibility for this, and it's like, well, let's show accountability, which stems, why people think sometimes they're doing well. People bring down pizzas. I'm going to stick with Locomotive Park. They bring down pizzas. That's not doing anybody any good.
Right.
It's not helping. You give away tents. You give away sleeping bags.
Right.
But there's no accountability. There's nothing to say, hey, we have services here. So if you're going to do this, then spend your time to maybe go to the rescue mission and say, hey, how can I help out? So at least when the people go to the rescue mission, that they'll sit there and be offered, like, hey, there's counseling, there's services. Yes, we know people are getting raped. We know people are getting abused, and we're not doing, and people are enabling.
Yeah.
And we need to stop enabling. Did you know, and I'm going to bounce around a little bit today.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So
Good.
the people on the streets that are panhandling. It's not illegal. I cannot do anything about people panhandling. But I'll tell you this. Why are you giving them any money?
Yes.
Because, and number one, when it says, this is from the Bunkers Group local organization, when it says, I'm a veteran, do you know they're saying 80% of the signs are
lies.
They're lies. They're
Not
not
true.
veterans.
Not true. Yeah.
And veterans, sorry, I'm very passionate about this, but veterans have.
No, I'm in agreement with you on this. Go ahead.
So, are you a veteran?
No,
okay.
I was a Wenatchee cop for 20 years.
Okay,
so,
all right.
But no,
you're a veteran in a different way.
I did not serve in the military.
Okay.
So.
But here, veterans have their own set of services also, and so what do you? Number one, the signs aren't accurate. You're handing them money, so they can. So that's their job, to sit there and get money to what? Do whatever they're going to do with. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but. And there's plenty of jobs if you want to work. Now, some people, I understand, they have mental crisis, they have drug addiction. Well, that's fine, but at least make them accountable to sit there and say, okay, let's move you along. Let's get you in a service.
Let's actually help you.
Yes.
Right. And if you talk to the guys who run the Wenatchee Rescue Mission, if you talk to the people down at the lighthouse, they'll do the same thing. Don't give them money. Support these organizations. There's people. I was talking to some friends the other night. You and I could go down to the lighthouse or the rescue mission and eat.
Yep.
There's nothing stopping us. Now, it's a little bit of a walk. All right, I understand that. But there's stuff available, and there are other services available for these folks. So, please don't give the panhandlers money. I know it tears at your heart. I know you want to, but donate instead to the lighthouse or the rescue mission, okay? Or serve Wenatchee Valley for that matter.
Yeah.
So
Serve Wenatchee is I call it the next step. There's 1,000 things that need to happen if we want to get this homeless issue. And it's not, again, we have enough beds for everybody that's out there. So why do we want people on the streets? We don't want them on the streets because we love them.
Right.
Because we want them off the streets so they aren't in danger. So there's no reason to encourage people to stay on the streets.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, we're going to take a break, okay? The mayor just lost his microphone.
Hey.
We're going to get that fixed, but we're a little overdue for a break anyway. But hey, street talk and other stuff, talking with Mr. Mayor, His Honor, Mayor Mike Poirier, City of Wenatchee. But stick around. We will be right back. So.